Good morning, everybody. It's Len the Leather Bag Lady, who was not quite ready for the video to turn on, but here we are. I'm desperately trying to figure this thing out so that you don't get all the glare in my glasses, but it ain't happening, people, so let's just keep going. So how are you all? It's Saturday morning. I don't normally speak to you on a Saturday, but I have not spoken to you since Wednesday, I don't think. So, let's get today's bag up and out, and then we can have story time, chitty chat time. So if you recall the bag I showed you the other day, I think it was Wednesday, this is a very similar style bag. So let me get Wednesday's bag. So this was Wednesday's absolute beauty, suede and leather. And then this is today's, which is a very similar shape, slip pocket, compartment. But check out all this texture. And it's embossed. This little bit is added, I think, but the rest of it is just embossed. It is so cool. Unbranded. There's no branding. 1970s. It's a 20-inch strap drop, so it's going to be a higher sitting crossbody, but you know what? You could get it if you wanted to. And yeah, it is slimline. It's structured-ish. Nice kind of satiny lining. The strap does adjust a little bit. There's your gussets on the bottom. Oh, having a hot flash. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, good Lord. I just turned the heater off in here because it's so freaking hot in here because it's 13 degrees today. Leather Bag Lady weather report. What the F? I'm just watching Miss Philly, who's in Winnipeg, or Winterpeg, as Pius calls it. And they're 5-6 degrees. Normally, they're like chest high in snow by now and minus 45. So, you know, we talk about it all the time. This world is going mental. Mother Nature is kind of dishing up what she's been promising for the last however many years. We're going to end up like Florida, people. Anyway, so what's been going on? I have had a busy few days, hence not being able to, well, do I say not being able to talk to you? We've had a bunch of stuff that needed to be kind of done in the middle of the day kind of thing. Thursday, what did we do? Thursday, we went to Cambridge. We had to pick up a couple of things. And we just ended up doing our thrift day. So I did a little bit of thrifting, not a lot out there. Miss Philly, as I've just been watching her, she's complaining about how much the purses have dried up as well. When we went to Aurelia last weekend, I mean, I think I mentioned it already. Coming back, we experienced 2 Value Villages, $39.99 for bags in there. Like, come on. I am so blessed, so lucky that I've put myself in a ton of debt to have the stockpile that I have. Because let's face it, if I didn't have all of this, then I'd be in trouble because the bags are just not out there. We talk about this all the time, but it is absolutely true. So what did I do? I don't know what I did this morning before I got out of bed. I laid on my side or something and I like squeezed my throat. You know how when something goes down the wrong way and you cough like crazy and then your kind of windpipe or whatever it is irritated? It's been like that. I woke poor Pius up this morning, but he's gone to a driver's meeting. So that's going to be a big deal. I'm using this bag. It is so heavy. It is ridiculously heavy. I'm going to put it on a weigh scale and I'm going to see how heavy this sucker is. So what I'm trying to figure out my days, because I don't even know what day it is. We went to, what day did we go to Grimsby? It was Wednesday. So I met with Megan on Wednesday. And did I do a video Wednesday? I think I did one in the morning, but I haven't spoken to you since. So Megan and I finished up our time together. I think we've got half an hour left. Just to kind of regroup with my project, which there was a few parts of the pricing issue that we didn't discuss, and it's been kind of playing on my mind since then. I wanted to do my first video on Thursday, but I'm still not 100% how I want to move forward with this pricing, because I want free shipping. I just want free shipping. And in order to have free shipping, I have to be very careful how I move forward, because, you know, there can be a bag that costs $13 to ship. There can be a bag that costs $23 to ship. And if you buy several bags, it could be $33 to ship. So I don't want to... Example being, I had somebody contact me on Etsy the other day and offer me $50 for a bag that was for sale for $64. And normally I would say, where is it going? Because if it's going to Toronto or whatnot, then the shipping is usually a little bit less expensive. But since I have done these price sheets and I now know just how little I make on all these bags, no, I just can't. And this person was like, well, can you pay shipping? I'm like, I already pay shipping. That's why I can't discount a $64 bag. I mean, I sold a $52 bag. 26 of it was shipping to California. Now, if I've got a bag listed for $52, chances are it's either a bag I've had for a long time, or it's a bag that I don't think is maybe a current style or whatnot. So those bags still have free shipping. So there's some really good deals. Every time I look through my Etsy, I've got some beautiful bags on there. Like, I really do. And this little bag here, I need to do a little bit. There's just a little bit of color loss here. So I will take care of that. But I've got some gorgeous bags. So when we went to Grimsby, I've spoken to you in the past about the Grimsby Benevolent, which is a thrift store that they're starting to catch up with the other thrift stores. They had a rack of bags that were $20, $15, but their bags on the wall, just like random on the wall, are $4. So I saw this little beauty. I can get the thing closed. Come on, you little sucker. Close. There we go. So, Moschino, 1983, Milan, Italy. Luxury brand. So back in the 90s, I lived in Birmingham, England. And my father was the youth coach at Birmingham City Football Club. I've mentioned this in maybe 100 videos ago or something. So Birmingham City Football Club was basically on the verge of bankruptcy. And the Kumar brothers owned it, who own Primark, or who used to own Primark, which is kind of like the UK version of H&M, I guess you would think, or even just a little bit lower than that. It's a real kind of fast fashion throwaway brand. And the football club was going into receivership, like they were this far away. And David Sullivan, who is this is a UK term, they call it a soft porn whatever. So a lot of the newspapers in the UK, like the sports magazines, whatever, will have kind of, you know, like the biker magazines or some of the hot rod magazines where they have like scantily clad ladies hanging all over the cars or whatever. This was the kind of media offering that this David Sullivan produced. And in his arsenal of employees, he hired this 23-year-old from London, kind of, I mean, the media classified her as a bit of a bimbo. She was not a bimbo. She was definitely just the voice of David Sullivan, but he put her as the managing director of Birmingham City Football Club. Now, if you know anything about European soccer, it is the oldest of boys networks. You now have a 23-year-old, scantily dressed, knows she's sexy as all get out, Chiquita in the boardroom. It was scandal. And who ended up becoming kind of her partner in crime for a little while? Me. Because my father told Karen Brady at the time, oh, my daughter's here from Canada. She doesn't know anybody either, because she was moved from London, England, Docklands area in London. And she now was living in Birmingham, managing this soccer team, football team, living in a hotel, and didn't know anybody. So my dad, who's such an awesome guy, thought he would suggest that she and I hang out. Daughter of a millionaire print magnate in Toronto, in London, working for David Sullivan, who is a multi-millionaire. What the heck have I got to do with that? We had so much fun. We got up to so much stuff. Her fashion, her clothing, her 35,000-pound Cartier watch that was just sitting on the toilet tank and then she couldn't find it. Her earring, her Cartier earring that she put in her trouser pocket to answer the phone because she didn't have pierced ears, couldn't find it. And they sent a representative from Cartier to make her another one. And then, oops, she found it. Like, it was just a world I had never, ever, ever experienced. And I only experienced it for a short time because I think I ended up pissing her off by meeting my kid's father, who had no ability to handle the type of company that we were keeping. Dwight York and, you know, some of these really high profile soccer players in the early 90s in the UK. We were hanging out with them, partying with them, you know, whatever. My ex-husband comes along and has no clue how to deal with that. And he made her feel very uncomfortable because he was very shy, very introverted, and we absolutely were not. So why am I telling you all this? Because I came across a brand in the Benevolent that was one of her favorite brands. Now, I used to, you know, she had the Chanel, she had Max Mara, she had just all the brands. And then she had a ton of Moschino. So I found this little gem in the Benevolent. Now, she had this print, this heart kind of puffer print. It was a much bigger bag than this. But how cool! I finally have some Moschino of my own. I doubt very much this will make it to Etsy, I'm afraid, folks. But this I paid $4 for. So when I got to the cash, usually it is so, the Benevolent is run by volunteers, and they're all usually quite senior ladies, but the lady who cashed me out was not senior, and she spotted this and she looked everywhere for a price tag and there wasn't one. So when there's no price tag, it means it's a $4 bag. And she just looked at me, she went, they obviously missed that in the back. She said, that's a $600 bag, which it is. So, and it is in beautiful condition. The corners are just fantastic. And it's all mine. So I am going to do a shed tour. I'm going to do it after this video. So I'll show you when I'm doing that. I have a ton, not a ton. I've got a shelf and a bit of bags here that are bags that are, I have a Fendi, I have a Gucci, I don't use them, but I am never going to be able to afford to buy these. And I don't want to buy them new because the quality is garbage now, my opinion. And my opinion based on watching my reseller colleagues. Purse Trippin has been against dupes since I started watching her. She is now happily offering dupes rather than the authentic because the quality, case in point, sorry, I keep pointing at you. The other day, I picked up a 2018 gold pebbled leather Coach bag, and it was just a short shoulder bag, but it was a bigger bag. And I looked at the Creed, and it was 2018, and I was like, oh, okay, it was only at $8 or something. So I was like, oh, not really my style, didn't like the metallic color of it at all, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna check it out. Because I think I shared with you on Sunday, we went to the Halton Hills Outlet Mall, and the Coach store was packed. So Coach is still hanging in there. Their new stuff is really quite a lot of coated canvas, a lot of monogram, but in a different way, colors and all kinds of things. So I just put this bag on the self-checkout little thingy that Value Village is now doing. And then I looked at the underside of the shoulder strap, and it was tore up from the floor up, as Miss Philly says. And I ended up not buying it. Even for $8, I didn't buy it. The quality of the new bags is just not there. It just isn't. So vintage is absolutely the way to go. I mean, this little Moschino bag is easily from 92 to 96, I would say. I met Karen in 92, I would say. I worked at Birmingham City Football Club. I worked in the promotions department. I was the girl that looked after the game sponsors. It was my job to get them pissed and have a great time, which was absolutely not a problem. So I would borrow Karen's stuff from time to time. I ended up with a beautiful Kurt Geiger designer jacket. I ended up with some stuff because I was slim and trim back then. But it is just so interesting how the vintage quality, even I left a comment on one of Miss Philly's recent videos because she was complaining about the price of the Kate Spades and all that stuff. Vintage is they're the only deals left. They really are. And you are hoping that someone has made a mistake. And even Costume Jeweler was talking about that the other day. They find stuff that we will never find. Even Miss Philly in Winnipeg finds so much designer stuff, which I do not find here in Hamilton. There's absolutely no way. Toronto is so picked over. So it is what it is. Like, you just need to get what you get. And I love the bag so much for the leather quality that I'm not really all that bothered about the branding, but it's the brands that sell. And that's why I am having to really, really work hard to get the pricing correct. So that's really all I've been doing bag-wise. I had a dentist appointment yesterday that I had to almost have a freaking shot about when I came home. $4,000. That's their price quote for what needs to be done in my mouth. And then we went out with Connie and Mike last night, and she's like, oh, that's good. To replace something that's already been fixed. So I'm going to go back to the dentist that did this repair. And the specialist that they sent me to seems to think that there is some debris in the root channel. And that is what the bacteria is stemming from. So that is not my problem. So I'm going to see if I need two cavities, two fillings done. I'm going to see if I can get those done for free because, like, what the heck? Like, that is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, what are you going to do? I mean, and then I got into the specialty office, and he took 2 x-rays. I'm like, why are you taking x-rays? I had x-rays taken 2 weeks ago that he said you would use. And the girl that took, she goes, oh, they're free. I said, no, they're not. They're built into the $200 that you're going to charge me for this consultation. I said, I have a small business. My shipping is free. Nothing is free. The shipping is built into the price. I make no bones about that. A small business like me, I cannot absorb that kind of cost. Up to $26, I think $26 is the most I've paid to ship something to the US. Like, come on. And then I have the odd customer who wants me to pay shipping if they want to return something. We are just small businesses. So anyway, rant, right? So Pius is at his meeting. We are out tonight with our bike riding friends for a bit of a holiday dinner. And then tomorrow is my sister's birthday. Julie is 53. And maybe I shouldn't say that. Oh, well, she's younger than me. That's all I know. So we're going for Chinese. They normally go to the Mandarin, but now it's not just her and the 2 boys. It's her and Dave and the 2 boys. Now there's 2 girlfriends as well. And it's just too expensive. It's $40 to go to the Mandarin. I can barely eat a plate of food right now. I don't, I mean, it's not doing my weight any good. Maybe I need to stop eating the chocolate. That might help. But anyway, so it's just one of those things. The shed is still working out. Like I said, I am gonna tidy up a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a shed tour for you next. And I will speak to you on Monday. I only went to the gym twice this week. I just have been so sore. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Stay tuned. Have a great weekend, everybody.